Rahim Shah, you are charged on the 10th of July last at number 7 Wellington Street. You did unlawfully and maliciously wound Lance Lee Deakin, thereby causing him grievous bodily harm, contrary to Section 20 of the Offences Against the Persons Act 1861. How do you say, Rahim Shah? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
The case you're about to see is fictional, but the procedure is legally accurate. The characters are played by actors, but the jury is selected from members of the general public. The court is presided over by His Honour Judge Unwin. Mr. Lloyd appears for the Crown, and counsel for the defendant is Mr. Paul St. Louis.
Members of the jury, from the first witness, you will hear something of the accused's opinions and of his behaviour and his state of mind in the period immediately prior to this commission of the act of very serious assault with which he now stands charged. I call Farid Shah.
Mr. Farid Shah, have you considered this matter carefully?
I have.
Right.
I swear by Allah, the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Your Honour, and Mr. Shah, so that the jury are fully aware, you are the father of the accused.
I am.
And you are a devout Muslim, a follower of Muhammad.
I am a true believer, sir, yes.
Yes. A resident of Fulchester for some considerable time.
Since 1960.
Yes. And you're also chairman of the local branch of the Asian Businessmen's Association.
I am.
Your Honour, can we hear what the witness has to say rather than listen to a recital of his credentials?
Now, fair play, Mr. St. Louis. Mr. Lloyd is only allowing Mr. Shah to get his eye in.
I'll happily move from credentials to events, Your Honour, now that we have our eye in. Now, Mr. Shah, on the day named in the indictment, the day that Mr. Deakin received his injury, that is the 10th of July, did you see your son?
I did.
Where did you see him?
At home.
At what time?
I saw my son at just after 6 o'clock. The next time I saw him, he was in a cell.
So, Mr. Shah, you saw your son some few minutes prior to this serious assault on Mr. Deakin.
I do wish that my learned friend would desist from his prejudicial use of language, Your Honour.
Well, is it your case that there wasn't an assault, Mr. St. Louis?
It is our case that the accused acted in self-defense, Your Honour. Yes.
Well, you're saying then it was a justified assault, Mr. St. Louis, but an assault nonetheless, yes?
Yes.
Oh, I like to get these matters plain. It helps us all to get our eye in. I'm Mr. Lloyd.
Mr. Shah, you saw your son some few minutes prior to the incident involving Mr. Deakin.
I did.
And what were you doing during that time, you and your son?
We were arguing.
Now, Mr. Shah, what were you and your son arguing about?
The attacks, the racial attacks on the house of my sister's husband.
Yes, the court will hear more in this connection in a few moments, Your Honour. Now, where is this house of your sister's husband, Mr. Shah, in relation to where the incident took place? Can you tell us?
The incident took place outside the home of my sister's husband.
Yes, some few minutes after your argument with your son.
You did not allow me to finish, sir.
Oh, I do beg your pardon. There's something you wish to add?
The whole question of the racial assaults in this area was also the subject of our argument.
Oh, I see. So you argued about the general as well as the particular. I do apologise, Mr. Shah. Now, would you explain more about these racial attacks, Mr. Shah, for the benefit of the jury?
My sister's husband has recently moved to a house which is unfortunately situated near to a cafe with many machines for young people to play on. Since then, he has been subjected to constant harassment and violence. His windows are broken. Slogans are daubed on his door. He and every member of his family have been assaulted several times.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Shah. Now, during your argument, what was your son's view of these distressing attacks?
Your Honour.
Mr. Lloyd.
The prosecution is perfectly entitled to adduce evidence of the defendant's attitude, Your Honour. Such evidence is essential in order to prove both the motive for this unprovoked attack and to show the mood that the accused was in before the incident took place. and whatever we call them for the purposes of this hearing, these two people do have an intimate knowledge of each other.
Yes, Mr. St. Louis, that must be right. Play on, Mr. Lloyd.
Your Honour. So what were your son's views then, Mr. Shah, on these attacks on his uncle's home?
He believed, like me, they were the attacks of cowards.
That was not the source of your argument, was it?
No. My son believes that certain sections of the population are intent on driving those whose skin is of a different color from the district. The driving away is done by harassment and violence. He further considers that the police are either active or indifferent accomplices to this assault on our community.
Mr. St. Louis, in my court, you will either object so that we can all hear, or you will stay silent, but you will not mutter. Is that clear?
Your Honor.
So, Mr. Shah, in your argument, your son thought that, whether deliberately or otherwise, the police were failing to provide the necessary protection to his community and to his uncle.
I have said so.
And did your son have a remedy for this failure on the part of the police?
My son believes that Asians must combine in self-defense, that only strength will deter aggression of this kind. He believes that those who commit racist assaults must be made aware they cannot do so with impunity. They must get what they give. Only then the situation will improve.
Well, Mr. Shah, is it your understanding then that this self-defense of your son's would involve the use of force and the resort to violence if necessary?
It is inevitable.
Yes, and was it on this aspect of the problem that you disagreed with your son?
Yes, I believe that the law must enforce the law. Anything else is counterproductive.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Shah?
Force begets force. The situation gets worse, not better. And those who wish us harm rejoice because we play into their hands.
Now, Mr. Shah, when your son left you after the argument, was he angry?
Yes, he was angry, as I was.
Yes, so your son left you in anger after forcibly expressing his views about what should be done about his uncle's predicament.
Yes.
And all this was shortly before the incident which concerns us now took place outside his uncle's home.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Shah.
Mr. Shah, we now have a picture of the accused. We now have a picture of your son, some angry young man rushing from your home after slamming the door in your face to do vile deeds, foaming at the mouth almost like some rabid dog searching for something to sink his fangs into, something to be feared, a creature to be feared. Is that how you see your son, Mr. Shah?
No.
No. Well, with your help, Mr. Shah, we shall paint a truer picture. This argument that you had with your son, had you had it before?
Many times.
And on any of those previous occasions, did your son rush out and sink his fangs into anybody, to your knowledge?
No.
No. No more than did you, Mr. Shah. He was airing his opinions in opposition to his father, as many a son has done, as we've all done in our time. Mr. Shah, what do you think of your brother-in-law's situation?
Whatever my feelings, sir, I believe we must rely upon the law.
Is that precisely what your brother-in-law was doing, Mr. Shah, with such little effect?
That does not change my belief, sir.
In your many discussions with your son, Mr. Shah, on that particular subject, has he ever said that he would do away with the police, disregard them entirely?
No.
No. Has he ever advocated the use of indiscriminate violence?
No.
No. He advocated the use of violence only in respect of those who made racist attacks. He was suggesting that the victims resisted.
Are you giving evidence to the jury now, Mr. St. Louis?
Your Honor. So, Mr. Shah, your son was speaking of the right to self-defense where the law, for whatever reason, is unable to provide protection. Is that not so?
That was his error, sir, yes.
His view, Mr. Shah. Some people might consider that you have a stern concept of fatherhood, Mr. Shah, to testify against your son.
I considered the matter, sir, and in the end I decided I could not shrink from my duty to myself, to my community, and to my son, because he was the one in the dark. If I believe in the law, then I must serve it.
You're not here because your son dared to disagree with you, held another point of view.
In the fullness of time, we are each entitled to our separate views. But I believe there are certain matters where children must bow to the experience of their elders. This is such a matter. Unless we observe the law, we are as bad as our enemies.
Shah, you're a person of principle, that is obvious. Would you not say that in general your son is a person of principle also?
Yes, but I would also say that I think he is mistaken and that there are great dangers in his attitudes.
Which you're perfectly entitled to do, Mr. Shah. But would you still regard your son as a person of principle?
Yes.
And has he ever been in trouble before, to your knowledge?
No.
No. Mr. Shah, what was the last thing you did before your son slammed the door that evening and rushed off like a rabid dog?
Did he, Mr. Shah?
Did he what, sir?
Rush off like a rabid dog?
No.
No? Now, come now, Mr. St. Louis.
Your Honor. So, Mr. Shah, what was the last thing you did before your son slammed the door and rushed off?
I slapped my son's face, sir.
You told your son that violence was counterproductive, and yet you slapped him.
As a father, sir, I am human. My act does not invalidate my view.
It was not my intention to suggest otherwise, Mr. Shah. But although you were angry, you did not rush off and commit an assault, did you?
No.
No. Well, now that we've got rid of the dogs, Mr. Shah, are we not left with two responsible citizens with different points of view? One of whom left the discussion, the theory, to face the real-life dangers of his uncle's street, as we shall discover. Thank you, Mr. Shah.
You are Lance Lee Deakin of Sawyer House, Stafford Cripps Estate, Fulchester.
That's right.
How old are you, Mr. Deakin?
17.
Mr. Deakin, if you can, cast your mind back to the events of the 10th of July before the incident which resulted in your injury. Can you tell the court what you were doing?
Yeah. We were walking down Wellington Street on our way to the cafe.
You were not alone.
No, I was with my mates, Mickey Rofe and Terry Day.
Yes, and you were just walking along.
Yeah.
Now, before you reach the cafe, Mr. Deakin, something happened. Will you tell the court what?
Yeah. Some Indian rushed out of his door and started having a right go at us.
Having a right go.
Yeah, he was shouting and waving his arms and telling us to clear off.
And how long had you been there?
I just got there.
Yes, well, you now know that the man who was shouting at you was a Mr. Mohammedan, the uncle of the accused. But did you know who he was at the time?
No, I'd never seen him before.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Well, did you know what he was going on about?
Not at first, no. We couldn't understand what he was saying. He was talking too fast.
But you did manage to discover what he was going on about after a while?
Yeah, his door.
Yes, well, what about his door?
Well, he said somebody had been kicking it and laughing.
Did he say who?
Us.
That's you and your mates.
Yeah.
And had you?
No, we'd only just got there.
You're quite sure that it wasn't you?
Yeah.
And you told him that?
Yeah, we said we didn't know what he was on about. But he just kept saying, I've had enough, you must go away, you know, stuff like that.
And did you go away?
Well, we didn't have a chance to, did we?
What do you mean?
Well, while he was rucking, someone shouted behind us, and as we turned round to look, there's this nutter running towards us. And then bang, the next thing I know, I'm in hospital.
Yes. What do you mean, bang?
Bang. Just that, wallop.
Yes. Are you saying that you were struck?
Yeah, attacked.
By the person who's running towards you?
Yeah.
Were any words exchanged between you and the person running towards you?
No, nothing.
Now, Mr. Deakin, is the person who ran towards you the person who attacked you in this court today?
Yeah.
Your Honour, my learned friend has been kind enough to indicate that identity is not in dispute.
Oh, well, for the shorthand note, then, the witness points to the defendant.
Your Honour. Now, up to that moment, Mr. Deakin, had you ever seen the accused before? Or had you ever spoken to him before?
No, he was a total stranger.
Now, Mr. Deakin, will you tell the court the injuries that you sustained at the hands of this total stranger?
Well, it wasn't his hands, it was his feet.
Yes, his feet, then. What injuries did you sustain, Mr. Deakin?
Fractured skull.
The prosecution will be introducing formal medical evidence in due course, Your Honor. So, Mr. Deakin, you sustained a fractured skull. And was your condition at one time critical?
Yeah. I was unconscious. I was in a coma for 36 hours.
Thank you, Mr. Deakin. Will you wait there?
Yeah.
Are you a Boy Scout, Mr. Deakin, or choir boy? You're certainly too good to be true.
Your Honor.
Oh, yes, but I think we've all seen better bouncers than that before, Mr. Lloyd. And worse. And as you can see, the batsman has survived.
Your Honor.
But you should watch for relevance, Mr. St. Louis. We can't have wides as well.
Your Honor.
Right.
Mr. Deakin, do you know what this is? So, Mr. Deakin, do you know what that is?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
For the benefit of the jury, Your Honor, Mr. Deakin is holding a copy of Bulldog, the youth organ of the National Front. I have other copies here if required.
Thank you, Mr. St. Louis, but I do not think that will be necessary.
Well, as Your Honor pleases. So, Mr. Deakin, do you read Bulldog magazine?
It's not a magazine, it's a newspaper.
So you do read it?
I have done sometimes, yeah.
You are familiar then with its elevated tone?
I think my learned friend means its contents, Your Honor.
I must thank my learned friend. Are you familiar with its contents then?
Well, I've said I've read it, so I must be.
You are familiar, therefore, with its general attitude towards people of other races, other
Yeah.
colors?
Yeah.
Do you agree with their attitude towards such things, Mr. Deakin?
Well, you can read something without actually agreeing with it.
And that is your position, is it? A detached observer who reads but does not necessarily believe.
Yeah, it is.
Mr. Deakin, you have told the court that you were on your way to the CAF, 30 Cyrils, I believe it's called.
That's right.
And will you tell the court the attraction of this particular CAF?
It's got a lot of machines.
Are there no other attractions?
I don't know what you mean.
Then I will put it more plainly. Isn't it right that the cafe is used as a base from which to attack the house of Mr. Mohammedan, the man who complained about your kicking at his door, to assault, abuse, and injure him, destroy his property, and make the life of him and his family an utter misery? Isn't that the principal entertainment, Mr. Deakin?
Really, Your Honor, my learned friend goes too far.
Your Honor, this is common knowledge in the district, as the jury will discover. It is important for the jury to understand the background of this incident, Your Honor. The site of the cafe and its clientele are important to this understanding.
Mr. St. Louis, this is not a time for making a speech. Now then, is it right that this cafe is used as a base for plotting attacks on Mr. Mayhew Moodin?
Not that I know of, no.
Right, next question.
Are you really asking
You
us to
have
believe?
had your answer, Mr. St. Louis.
Your Honor, Mr. Deakin, when you were strolling so happily down the street on your way to the CAF, did you see anyone in front of you? That is before Mr. Mohammedan rushed out and took you totally by surprise.
I don't know.
Well, did you or didn't you?
I weren't looking.
How convenient. Well, when Mr. Mohammedan confronted you, was there anyone else around that he could have mistaken you for?
I don't know.
Well, did you see anybody or didn't you?
No, I didn't.
So if we accept what you say, either everybody else had disappeared or Mr. Mohammedan is making it all up. The banging never happened.
Your Honor, how can the witness possibly answer such a question?
Yes, it is a bit of a googly, Mr. St. Louis.
Well, perhaps it was the postman making a special delivery.
Oh, Your Honor, really?
You really must refrain from making speculative asides, Mr. St. Louis, however tempting they may be. Your austero must be offered less to the gallery.
Your Honor, I will put it more plainly then, Mr. Deakin. Now, you and your mates were the ones kicking at Mr. Mohammedan's door, weren't you?
No, we weren't.
I say again, in this empty street, knowing your destination, you're asking us to believe it wasn't you kicking at that door.
Yeah.
Mr. Deakin, your injury, your fractured skull, how exactly did you receive it?
When he attacked me,
I didn't say when, Mr. Deakin, I said how.
I banged my head on a window ledge.
Not a ferocious blow to the head by hand or foot or weapon.
Doesn't matter as far as my head is concerned, does it?
Mr. Deacon, you were not injured directly by a blow, but by being knocked off balance and falling against a ledge. Is that not correct?
No, I was kicked off balance.
And you fell against a wall, Mr. Deacon. Mr. Deacon, when Mr. Mohammedan rushed out, did you speak to him?
No?
You didn't verbally abuse him?
No.
You just stood there watching while he went on about something which you didn't know anything about.
Yeah, but he started on us.
You didn't strike him.
Your Honor, to my knowledge, this has never been suggested by anybody.
I said didn't, Your Honor.
Lay on, Mr. St. Louis.
Your Honor. You didn't threaten him, Mr. Deacon, didn't abuse him at all.
No.
And the next thing you knew, you were in hospital.
Yeah.
Did you say anything to the accused?
No?
Not a word escaped your lips.
Well, I might have said oi as he came at me, but that's all.
You might have said, what?
Oi.
Oi?
So you walk up, man rushes out, shakes fist, you say nothing. Hear a shout, turn, say nothing again, and then the next thing you know, you're in hospital.
Yeah.
Another version, Mr. Deacon. You and your friend were casually kicking at one Bengali door. He did come out to complain. You threatened and taunted him. Someone shouted, you turned, saw another Bengali, and made ready to treat him in the same manner. Isn't that more likely?
And is that your case, Mr. St. Louis?
Yes, Your Honor. So, Mr. Deacon, isn't that more likely than the swift and silent encounter that you'd wish us to believe?
I never said anything to the geezer, right? Either of them.
No reference to anything on Mr. Mohammedan's doorstep.
I don't know what you mean.
Dog droppings, I mean, Mr. Deacon, dog droppings.
I never said nothing to either of them.
Someone did, though, or didn't they? It doesn't matter, Mr. Deacon. For a moment, I am content to establish that there was at least some conversation prior to the assault. Mr. Deacon, did you make any threatening gestures that someone else, seeing from a distance, perhaps could misinterpret?
No?
You didn't. Just as you never said anything, but did anyone?
I don't remember any threatening gestures.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No one made a move with their hand, a kind of joke threat, Mr. Deacon, perhaps which you thought was funny.
Like I keep saying, I don't remember any threatening gestures.
No, just this swift and silent encounter, to which we can now add a little bit of conversation. I will fill in the gaps, Your Honor, but I'm finished with this witness.
You may stand down, Mr. Deacon.
The case of the Queen against Rahim Shah will be resumed tomorrow in the Crown Court. The case you're about to see is fictional, but the procedure is authentic. The characters are played by actors, but the jury is selected from members of the public. Rahim Shah is charged with causing grievous bodily harm to Lance Lee Deacon, one of 3 youths involved in an incident outside the home of his uncle, Mr. Mohammedan. Shah has pleaded not guilty. Yesterday, we heard the evidence of Mr. Deacon. Today, it's the turn of Mr. Rofe, a friend of Deacon's who is nearing the end of his testimony for the prosecution.
So, Mr. Rofe, at no time did you intend Mr. Mohammedan physical harm?
No, I told you.
Now, there were 3 of you, Mr. Rofe, all of you younger, fitter, stronger than Mr. Mohammedan. You do realise that?
Well, that's why we wouldn't have touched him, innit? We could have. All right, we could have, but we didn't. You ask him. We never laid a finger on him.
Yes. And how did you first become aware of the accused's presence, Mr. Rofe? Can
When
you
he
tell us?
shouted.
Now, at the moment when you first saw him, Mr. Rofe, was he running or walking?
He was running.
He was already running.
Yeah, he'd already made up his mind.
And do you recall what he was shouting, Mr. Rofe?
He was just shouting, like they do in karate.
Karate. So, Mr. Rofe, was the accused's attack on you a fists-up, boxing type of attack or not?
No, it was karate, weren't it? He put the boot in first.
Well, practice not entirely unknown in this area, Your Honor, and not unconnected with another sport. Paki bashing.
Mr. St. Louis, I had hoped to get through a day without such interruptions from yourself. Now, already you've rendered that hope forlorn. Now, please disregard that outrageous remark. This is the last time I'm going to warn you, Mr. St. Louis. Behave yourself. Do you understand?
I apologize, Your Honor.
As you were saying then, Mr. Rofe, he put the boot in first.
Yeah.
And prior to this sound that you heard coming from him, was this the sound of a person committed to an attack rather than to asking questions?
Yeah, I told you. He'd already made up his mind.
He had already made up his mind. Yes, I've finished, Your Honor.
Mr. Rofe, what is that on your neck?
What do you think it is?
I think it's a tattoo, Mr. Rofe.
Well, it's not a tomato.
Young man, you will answer counsel's question in a proper manner.
It is of no matter, Your Honor. What is it a tattoo of?
Well, what do you mean, what is it? It's a Union Jack, innit? It's the flag of this country.
Mr. Rofe, why do you wear that tattoo?
Because I want to.
The same reason you have your hair cut the way you do and wear the clothes you do. It's not a uniform.
What is all this?
Not be pussyfoot like this, Mr. St. Louis. I mean, if you've got something specific to ask this gentleman, why don't you just ask it?
Your Honor. Mr. Rofe, are you a member of the National Front?
No, I'm not.
Have you ever been a member of the National Front?
I've been a lot of things.
Your Honor, is my learned friend endeavouring to establish whether this witness was also a Boy Scout?
Yeah, I was. I was a Sea Scout.
And were you ever, now that we're in the mood, a member of the National Front?
Surely what the witness might have been or may have been in the past is immaterial, Your Honor. And the witness has already answered my learned friend's original question.
Yes, I'm inclined to agree. I think you've made your point, Mr. St. Louis.
Your Honor, but for the certain tendencies of behavior of this young man and his friends, we wouldn't be here today. I make no bones about it, Your Honor. Fascist tendencies.
Nevertheless, Mr. St. Louis, I think that you've made your point. Now, can we now please come to the issue in question?
For the jury to understand this matter fully, Your Honor, it is essential that they have such information.
Get on, Mr. St. Louis.
Your Honor, the fascist, like the leopard, never changes spots.
Whether you are endeavoring to create a scene or merely giving voice to some private conviction or prejudice of your own is immaterial to the question of form. Your remark was most improper.
It was not cricket, you mean, Your Honor?
I mean precisely what I say. I will disregard that remark. Conduct yourself in a proper manner.
Your Honor.
Now proceed.
Your Honor, you went to the St. Michael and All Angels Comprehensive School, did you not, Mr. Rofe?
Yeah.
Where the Bulldog magazine seller is as common as the ice cream van outside other
Now,
schools.
Mr. St. Louis, you will move on, please. Now, do not let me have to reprimand you again in this matter.
As Your Honor pleases. Mr. Rofe, the court has heard from Mr. Deacon that he had no conversation with Mr. Mohammedan, the accused's uncle. Did you have any conversation with that gentleman?
We did exchange a few words, yeah.
You did?
Yeah. Well, so would you if somebody was slagging you off?
You mean you were saying things like, what's going on here? Why are you talking to me like this? Things like that. Polite inquiries, in fact, as befits an ex-Sea Scout.
If you like, yeah.
Perfectly natural. After all, you knew nothing about what the banging at his door was all about.
No.
So you replied to his accusation, did you?
Yeah, I did. I told him it weren't me, but he wouldn't listen.
Well, how did you tell him, Mr. Rofe? Mr. Rofe, did you refer to anything on or near the doorstep when you politely replied to Mr. Mohammedan's unwarranted accusation?
I don't know what you mean.
When you replied to Mr. Mohammedan's accusation, you included something on the doorstep, did you not? Something left there by a dog?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
And what did you say? Or would you prefer that I told the jury?
I said that's what might have been doing a knocking, trying to get back in.
You suggested that the droppings were his.
Yeah.
And did you tell him to pick it up because it was his and let it in?
No, I did not.
You did not?
No.
Well, were your replies to Mr. Mohammedan respectful, do you think?
As respectful as him, he was slagging us off.
And did you threaten Mr. Mohammedan as to what you would do if he didn't follow your suggestion?
No.
Did you threaten him, threaten to strike Mr. Mohammedan?
No.
Not even in a jokey way?
No, I did.
You didn't make as if to strike Mr. Mohammedan and then turn the movement into one of elaborately combing your hair?
What a...
All right. Did Mr. Mohammedan's glasses fall off during your conversation?
Yeah, they did.
And when Mr. Mohammedan bent down to pick up his glasses, did you try to tread on them?
Oh, no way.
No?
No.
No. So you very kindly allowed Mr. Mohammedan to pick his glasses up. What happened then?
He picked up his glasses and he went back inside, and then we heard him.
Then you heard the accused.
Then we heard the accused, yeah.
And had you met the accused before this occasion?
Yeah, we went to school together.
And had you ever had any clashes with him before?
No, but I'd seen him around.
You'd seen him around. The court will hear more in this connection in a while. But you heard the accused arrive, and you turned and saw him running towards you.
Yeah.
War cries alert the enemy, don't they, Mr. Ruff?
What do you mean?
The accused cries alerted you, is what I mean, Mr. Ruff. Gave you time to put up your fists. And you did put up your fists, didn't you?
What do you expect me to do, lie down?
No, I wouldn't expect you to lie down, Mr. Ruff. Not in your philosophy, is it? I'd expect you to give it to him first.
And I would have done it all if he had a chance.
Yes, you would have, Mr. Ruff, you would have.
Yeah, I would. Well, I'd whack anybody that whacks me.
Yeah, that's right. And he knew that, Mr. Ruff, because he knew you, didn't he? The accused knew exactly what you and your mates would do if he didn't beat you to the punch. I finished with this witness, Your Honor.
And were you kicking at Mr. Mohammedan's door?
No, got better things to do.
You never threatened Mr. Mohammedan, any of you?
Leave it out. It was a joke, wasn't it?
Well, did any of you make a quick movement, as if to comb your hair?
Yeah. Yeah, that was me, wasn't it? Look, it was just a bit of a giggle, that's all. We're only geeing him up, and nothing would have happened if he hadn't turned up.
Yeah, so as far as you're concerned, what happened after Mr. Mohammedan rushed out was all in fun?
Yeah, I told you, yeah.
You're sure?
How many more times? Look, we were just mucking about, that's all. We never mean to hurt him.
And did you tell the accused this?
Never stopped to ask, did he?
I see. Now, Mr. Date, when you turned from Mr. Mohammedan to face the accused, will you tell the jury who struck the first blow?
Yeah. He did. Only blow, weren't it?
What do you mean?
Well, he whacked me in the eye and he kicked Lance at the same time.
Yes, and was Lance, that's Mr. Deakin. Was he in a fighting posture, Mr. Day? Was he ready to meet the accused?
No, he never had a chance. He just went down, bang, and that was that.
He just went down, and that was that. And was that when you ran away, Mr. Day, because you were frightened?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Day.
Remain where you are, please.
So it was all a bit of a joke, was it? All a bit of a giggle.
Till it went wrong, yeah.
Scaring some old fella out of his wits was fun, was it?
Oh, come off it. We weren't scaring him.
It's a pity you didn't tell Mr. Mohammedan that. A pity he didn't know that when he was terrified out of his wits, he really should have been laughing. And were you also amused, Mr. Day, by what your friend, Mr. Rowe, said about the dog droppings?
Your Honor, do we really need to go into all that again?
I merely wish to know, Your Honor, whether this too was part of this hilarious joke. So, were you amused?
Yeah, I thought it was funny at the time, yeah.
And when Mr. Mohammedan's glasses fell off, did you split your sides when they hit the ground?
Come off it. We didn't do that.
But was it funny? Was it funny then, Mr. Day, when his glasses hit the ground?
At the time, yeah.
And what about when you ran away, Mr. Day? Were you laughing then? No, I beg your pardon. You were frightened, weren't you? As Mr. Mohammedan had been since the joke began. Mr. Day, why did you run away if it was all such a joke?
Because we're frightened of the law.
Well, as well, you might be. Because you knew that you'd committed an offense, Mr. Day, didn't you? You knew that you'd racially harassed some old Indian fella. And you knew there would be a reckoning. You knew that the joke was over.
No, it wasn't like that at all.
So why did you run away from the law, Mr. Day, if it was all so innocent?
Habit, ain't it?
Habit?
Yeah. Yeah, I always do a runner when I see the law.
Mr. Day, this joking with Mr. Mohammedan, this combing, this falling off of the glasses, this whole hilarious sequence, if seen from a distance, could someone have misinterpreted it all?
What do you mean?
Well, for example, from a distance, could they think that you were striking or had struck Mr. Mohammedan, and that his glasses had fallen off as a result?
It was a joke, that's all.
Yes, but to someone who didn't know that, Mr. Day, to someone who didn't know that, when Mr. Mohammedan went down in search of his glasses, couldn't it have looked as if he had just been struck?
No, I don't think so.
No, you wouldn't, Mr. Day, but someone not in possession of the joke might have thought just that. That rather than being tickled to death, Mr. Mohammedan was being struck. And who could say that he hadn't cause? I have finished, Your Honor.
And were you on duty, Sergeant, on the 10th of July?
Yes, sir. I was in a Panda car on my own.
And did you receive a call to attend an incident in Wellington Street?
Yes, sir. Mr. Mohammedan had made a complaint about someone kicking at his door, and as I was in the area, I was asked to look into it.
Will you tell the court what you found when you got there, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. As I turned into Wellington Street, I saw a number of people outside Mr. Mohammedan's address. And when I arrived, I found Mr. Rofe bending over Mr. Deakin, with the accused standing to one side with Mr. Mohammedan.
Did you question the accused at this time, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. When I arrived at 6:12 p.m., I asked the accused, "Did you do this?" And he replied, "Yes, I did."
The accused said, "Yes, I did," straight away. He made no attempt to deny that he was responsible for Mr. Deakin's injuries.
That is correct, sir.
And what was the accused's attitude at this time, Sergeant?
Your Honor.
Yes, well, I think with the sergeant's undoubted experience, we can allow him to have a swing at this one, Mr. St. Louis.
I'll happily rephrase the question, Your Honor, for my learned friend's benefit. Did the accused seem sorry, Sergeant, or distressed that he had so badly injured Mr. Deakin?
I wouldn't say so, sir, no. If I had to choose a word, I would say defiant.
Do you mean that he was obstructive?
No, sir, I don't. He made no attempt to resist arrest or to hinder me in any way. No words, no movement. He just did as I asked him and said nothing.
Yes, so on the basis of your preliminary inquiries and the injuries sustained, you arrested the accused?
After cautioning him, sir, yes.
Now, Sergeant, I would like you to pay particular attention to this question that I'm going to put to you. At the scene of the incident, when you questioned him, did the accused at any time make the claim that he was defending either himself or his uncle from attack? In other words, that he was acting in self-defense?
No, sir.
You're quite sure about that, Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant Bone.
You never did deal with Mr. Mohammedan's call, did you, Sergeant? The one that brought you to the scene.
I did get a bit lost, sir, yes. It no longer seemed appropriate.
I think we can understand that, Sergeant. But you've had other calls from Mr. Mohammedan in the past, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
And did you manage to deal with any of them?
As best we could, sir, yes.
As best you could. Are you familiar with Mr. Mohammedan, Sergeant?
Yes, sir, I am. He's made complaints on a number of occasions, and on some of those occasions, I was the attending officer.
And what were his complaints about, Sergeant?
Harassment, sir.
Racial harassment.
We aren't convinced that race was the motive in every case, sir.
You aren't? Well, can you tell the jury how many complaints Mr. Mohammedan has recorded, racial or otherwise?
I don't have the number, sir, offhand, but quite a few.
Quite a few. Well, Mr. Mohammedan's own tally is 59, Sergeant.
I couldn't comment on that, sir.
Sergeant Bone, do the police take these complaints seriously, do you think?
I hope so, sir.
I hope so too, Sergeant. So, let's see whether our hope is justified, shall we? Now, how many arrests have there been, then, Sergeant, in this state of siege that is Mr. Mohammedan's life? How many?
To date, sir.
To date. After all, it is still happening, isn't it?
None, sir.
None. 59 complaints of serious difficulty in the life of one citizen, and no arrests. And you're asking us to believe that the police take this matter seriously.
If I could explain the background, sir.
I think it needs some explaining, Sergeant.
Well, if I could try then, sir.
Please do. I'm sure the jury awaits your explanation with bated breath.
Well, if you give me a chance then, sir, I will. A large number of the complaints were of a trivial nature, sir, by comparison with the many other matters that we have to deal with.
Trivial?
By comparison with other matters, sir, yes.
Do you call bricks through the window, iron bars crashing into the living room, trivial?
No, sir. I said many, not all. We don't deny there have been serious incidents, which we do take very seriously.
I should hope so.
Well, if I may then, sir, a large number of the complaints were of a trivial nature and of a kind that we find it very difficult to do anything positive about.
You appear not to have done anything positive about any of them, Sergeant. If the arrest rate is anything to go by.
I think you're being unfair, sir.
You do? Well, we can't have that then, Sergeant, can we? It's not cricket, is it?
Now, must you be gratuitously offensive to everybody, Mr. St. Louis?
I try my best, Your Honor, not to be so.
Well, you must try harder, Mr. St. Louis. Much harder.
Your Honor. So, Mr. Mohammedan and his family live in a state of siege, virtual siege, for several months, and the police do nothing about it.
No, sir, with respect, that is not correct and is not what I said. We do not do nothing. We endeavour to treat each inquiry as best we can, but the plain fact is that in many cases there is very little or nothing we can do, whether you like it or not.
It's not me we're considering, Sergeant. It is the accused's uncle, Mr. Mohammedan.
Those cases where we can act, sir, we do.
As the arrest rate testifies. Moving on, then, Sergeant, from this catalogue of failure.
I'm growing weary of these insulting asides of yours, Mr. St. Louis. Increasingly weary. You should know better.
I would say that my assessment of the situation was sober and restrained, Your Honor, with respect. Police nil, racist 59, can hardly suggest otherwise.
Well, I'm suggesting otherwise, Mr. St. Louis, and I'm suggesting that you pay more attention to what you are actually saying. And I would caution you that unless you do, unless your manner in my courtroom improve, a complaint will be recorded. So get on.
I apologize, Your Honor, if my zeal has run away with me, and I will try to curb it. Now, Sergeant, on the day in question, you were on your way to attend to yet another complaint by Mr. Mohammedan, this time relating to a constant kicking at his door, front door.
At last.
So, Sergeant, when you got there, you found something entirely different from the original banging, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and as a result, you proceeded to make the first arrest ever in connection with your attendance on Mr. Mohammedan's complaints. Is that not so?
Yes, sir.
And how did you establish what had happened, Sergeant?
How, sir? I asked and I was told.
By whom? Whom did you ask, Sergeant?
The parties present, sir.
From whom you presumably established that there had been some kind of altercation with Mr. Mohammedan, and then some kind of altercation with the accused.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Is kicking at someone's door an offense, Sergeant?
It could be a number of offences, sir.
Then why didn't you arrest the other persons involved?
They denied all knowledge of the matter, sir.
So you took their word for it, Sergeant?
The injury was the important thing, sir. There was no one to verify what Mr. Mohammedan was claiming, and at the time, sir, quite frankly, I didn't consider it to be as important.
Well, there was no one to verify that the accused attacked Mr. Deacon, apart from Mr. Rofe, who was involved.
The accused himself, sir, did admit the attack.
The accused said very little at that stage, Sergeant. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What did he say subsequently down at the station?
He said he attacked the three because they were attacking his uncle.
No, Sergeant. He said he was defending his uncle and himself from attacks by racists. Self-defense.
He did say that he attacked the three of them, sir.
Only in self-defense, Sergeant. Only in self-defense. That is what he said. So I still ask, Sergeant, you arrested the accused on the basis of information supplied by the witnesses. Why then did you not arrest the witnesses on the basis of information supplied by the uncle? Tit for tat, until the truth of the matter could be clarified subsequently. Surely that would have been more equitable.
Well, I can only say, sir, that I did my duty as I saw it, and that my decisions were later endorsed by my superior officers. To my mind, sir, that is correct policing.
I see. All is well in this best of all possible worlds, Sergeant. Except, of course, for Mr. Mohammedan and others like him.
Let us leave Candide out of this, shall we?
Or quote him correctly, Your Honor.
Well, that would be the best of all possible worlds, Mr. Lloyd. But I fear we must make do with what we have. Mr. St. Louis.
I stand corrected, Your Honor.
Indeed you do, Mr. St. Louis, but let us get on, shall we?
Your Honor. Calling on your undoubted experience, Sergeant, is it normal for one person to attack three? Is it not normally the other way around?
I suppose so, sir, yes.
Well, is it yes or no in your experience?
Yes, sir.
1 against 3 to save his uncle from attack. Sergeant, so that the jury can have some idea of the reality of the situation for the accused and for Mr. Mohammedan, the background against which they acted as they did. You said earlier that when you arrived on the scene, you deemed it advisable to disperse the crowd, amongst whom there were a number of young people from the cafe. Does that mean you feared some other kind of disturbance?
I considered it possible, sir, yes.
What kind of disturbance, Sergeant? A racial one?
It was possible, sir.
You mean a lynch mob was forming, Sergeant, because the accused had dared to defend his uncle against attack? I have finished with this witness, Your Honor.
Can you tell us, Sergeant, whether in any of these many complaints by Mr. Mohammedan, can you tell us whether any of the three witnesses, Deakin, Rofe, or Day, were they ever named or in any other way involved?
Not to our knowledge, sir, no.
No. Thank you, Sergeant. Now, this question of charges against the witnesses, which my learned friend pursued at some length, charges were not in the end preferred. That is correct, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Were they considered, to your knowledge?
Well, they would have been considered, sir, as a matter of routine, after all the facts were known. But in the end, sir, as I've said, it was deemed inappropriate on the strength of the available evidence.
Yes, as it must be in many cases, Sergeant, on the evidence available. That is what the evidence is, after all. Now, these crimes of harassment, Sergeant, are they treated seriously by the Fulchester Police?
As seriously as any other crime, sir.
Yes, there's no question of, oh, no, not another one of those.
No, sir. We do what we can, sir, with what we have in front of us. I don't know what else we can do, sir.
Yes, the police, as so often, are caught in the middle and are, as so often in today's society, unfairly maligned as a result.
Are you making speeches now, Mr. Lloyd?
I beg Your Honour's pardon. I fear it's becoming contagious. Thank you, Sergeant.
Sergeant, you may go now. But I believe this is a suitable time for us to adjourn.
The case of the Queen against Rahim Shah will be concluded tomorrow in the Crown Court. The case you're about to see is fictional, but the procedure is authentic. The characters are played by actors, but the jury is selected from members of the public. Rahim Shah is charged with causing grievous bodily harm to Lance Lee Deakin. The prosecution have presented their case against Mr. Shah, and today it's the turn of the defense. The prosecution is represented by Mr. Lloyd, and Mr. Paul St. Louis appears for the defense, whose first witness is the accused, Rahim Shah.
Mr. Shah, you were 19, and you live with your parents at 12 Silver Street, Fulchester.
Yes.
You've lived in Fulchester all your life. You're British, and Fulchester is your home, yes?
Yes.
Have you ever been in trouble with the police before?
No.
You went to St. Michael and All Angels School, the same school as Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
Well, you've left school now, haven't you, Mr. Shah? It is real life that concerns you. So let's take our minds back, shall we, to the evening of the 10th of July. Where were you going when you left your father? Were you out looking for blood?
I was on my way to the youth club.
The youth club? Well, what about this argument that you had with your father, Mr. Shah? Did it leave you feeling as if you would go out and attack any skinhead that you saw, just to relieve your feelings?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
All right. You were on your way to the youth club. Let's try to see what you saw when you came round the corner into your uncle's street. For a start, how far away were you from your uncle's house?
About 50 yards.
And what did you see from this distance?
I saw my uncle, and I saw those three, Deakin, Rofe, and Day, standing in front of him, outside his house.
And what did you think they were doing? Talking about cricket?
No,
Well, what did you think they were doing?
I thought they were picking on my uncle.
You thought they were picking on your uncle.
Yes,
Do you mean that from what you saw, you thought your uncle was in danger?
yes.
Why did you think that your uncle might be in danger?
I thought he'd been knocked to the ground.
From where you were, you thought he was being assaulted.
Yes.
Yes. So what did you do?
I went to help him.
Do you think that at that moment you acted in anger or recklessly, Mr. Shah? Or did you exercise as much care as you could to find out what was going on, given the difficulties of the circumstances?
I watched, and then I saw Day hit my uncle. That was what decided me.
Mr. Day didn't hit him, Mr. Shah.
I saw him strike.
There was no contact, though, Mr. Shah.
I thought there was.
There wasn't. But from a distance, you thought there was.
Yes.
So you genuinely thought that your uncle was being attacked.
What else could I think?
What else, indeed? But you did think before you went to help.
Yes.
Did you take them completely by surprise, do you think? I mean, were their backs turned to you, for example?
No, they were facing me.
They could see you coming.
Yes.
And did they look pleased to see you, like good jokers?
No.
Do you think they meant to do you harm, Mr. Shah?
I'm certain of it.
You mean you think they would have struck you if they'd had the chance?
Yes, I'm certain of it.
Yes. The joke was over, wasn't it? If there ever was one. Did you mean for Mr. Deacon to fall against a ledge when you kicked him, Mr. Shah?
No.
Did you set out to fracture his skull?
No.
So what was your intention, Mr. Shah, when you set out?
But to stop them hurting my uncle.
Why didn't you call the police?
There wasn't any time. I had just one moment.
Yes. Real life is difficult, isn't it? One last question, Mr. Shah. Mr. Rouf, the, shall we say, toughest member of the trio, you knew him at school and had seen him around subsequently.
Yes.
When was the last time you saw him? Can you remember? Before that fateful evening meeting.
I saw him on the evening of the 23rd of June.
You know the exact date, do you?
Yes, it was the night they tried to burn down my uncle's home.
And where did you see him that evening? Can you remember?
Standing outside my uncle's house.
Oh, Your Honor, really?
Are you intending to make any allegation in this respect, Mr. St. Louis?
Not at all, Your Honor. I merely wish to illustrate the real-life context in which the accused had to make the decision he did to go to the defense of his uncle. I have finished, Your Honor.
Mr. Shah, do you have any idea, any real idea, of who might have burnt your uncle's home?
No, but neither do the police.
Yes, we'll come to the police in a moment, Mr. Shah. But it could have been anyone, absolutely anyone, who tried to burn your uncle's home. There is no proof that any one person or group of persons might have been involved.
No, it could have been anyone.
Now, you don't think much of the police, do you, Mr. Shah? You think that they're racist, don't you? Active or indifferent accomplices to the assault on your community. Now, that's what you believe, isn't it?
Now, young man, you will answer counsel's question.
I don't think they treat black people as they do whites. No. I don't think they care as much about black people's rights as they do whites. No. I don't think they protect black people as well as they do whites. No.
No. So this time you proposed to do the job instead of them, didn't you? You were glad that they weren't around, weren't you, Mr. Shah?
No.
You set out to be a vigilante, didn't you? To take the law into your own hands.
I didn't set out to do anything.
No, but when the opportunity came along, you literally jumped at it, didn't you?
Opportunity for what?
The opportunity to use force, Mr. Shah. Now, you do believe in the use of force to solve your problems, don't you?
Yes, we will defend ourselves.
Yes, well, let's take a look at that defense, shall we? Now, you are on your way to the youth club, you told the court.
Yes.
Yes, innocent enough, one would think. But what do you do at this youth club, though, Mr. Shah?
We go to the gym.
That's you and other Asians.
Yes, it is an Asian youth club.
And what do you and this group do at the gym? Weight training? Keep fit?
Yes.
Karate?
Yes.
Yes. So a private army of Asians meet together to engage in physical activities. With what purpose, Mr. Shah?
To learn to defend ourselves.
Yes, to meet violence with violence, that's what you mean.
We're not looking for trouble.
Oh, isn't that the age-old cry of the thug, Mr. Shah? We're not looking for trouble.
Your Honor.
Mr. Lloyd, really?
Your Honor. But if it's there, you won't run away, will you?
Not anymore, no. We will stand and defend.
And where will you defend yourselves? On the streets?
If we must, yes.
Yes. And this is an example of your noble art of self-defense, is it? Mr. Deakin, in a coma, never having spoken a single word to his attacker. Now, do you do karate yourself, Mr. Shah?
Yes, I do.
Yes? And was it with this karate, this self-defense, that you attacked Mr. Deakin?
Yes.
So you attacked in a trained manner, doing as much damage as you could?
No. I just tried to hit 2 people at once, because I knew that if I didn't, I would be in trouble.
Oh, you attacked first then, not caring of the consequences of your attack?
I didn't mean him to fracture his skull.
Well, what injury did you mean him, Mr. Shah? Because you meant to injure, didn't you? To attack? You acted quite deliberately.
They were attacking my uncle.
But they weren't, Mr. Shah. If you'd approached the matter sensibly, like a responsible citizen, you would have found that out, wouldn't you? Before inflicting the damage that you did. You fractured that boy's skull, Mr. Shah. You do realize that?
Yes.
Yes. And you also knew that your uncle was safe when you launched your attack, didn't you?
No.
No?
No.
Well, the fact is that your uncle was safe when you actually struck Mr. Shah. He was safely indoors when Mr. Deakin went down. So I ask again, Mr. Shah, why did you go through with your attack? Why didn't you stop?
Because it was too late then. Because I knew that if I didn't beat them, they would beat me. I would have been the one with the fractured skull.
Well, how did you know that, Mr. Shah, if you didn't stop to inquire?
Because I knew them.
Yes, you knew it all, Mr. Shah, before you even began. You knew them, you knew your uncle was safe, but most important of all, you knew that you could use Mr. Mohammedin's situation as a justification for any lawless act that you might commit.
They were the ones who were breaking the law.
So you decided to punish them, to break Mr. Deakin's skull?
No! I was protecting my uncle first, and then myself.
No, that won't wash, Mr. Shah. That won't wash. The fact is, you didn't care what happened to Mr. Deakin. What actual injury he sustained was irrelevant, as long as he went down. You just took off on a vicious assault, didn't you? On 3 persons that you had already judged, using your uncle as an excuse for an attack as mindless and deliberate as the ones that you want to prevent. Isn't that so?
No, it isn't.
You willfully carried out a skilled assault, a surprise assault, on 3 persons who had been behaving deplorably, but nothing more than that. You meted out some wild, unofficial justice of your own. You took the law into your own hands. Isn't that the truth of the matter, Mr. Shah? Isn't that really what you did?
How long have you lived at number 7 Wellington Street, Mr. Mohammedan?
6 months, sir.
Mr. Mohammedan, I do not wish to distress you unduly or unnecessarily, but do you think you can tell the court the kind of difficulties you've experienced in those 6 months? In your own time, Mr. Mohammedan.
My daughters have been assaulted in the street and spat upon. My wife, too, when she collects them from school. I have been assaulted several times. Iron bars have been thrown into my living room. So many things.
I haven't wanted to interrupt, Your Honor, but what is the relevance of these previous attacks on the witness to the issue that the jury has to try?
It was my learned friend who introduced the topic, Your Honor, and in so doing put it all in issue.
Yes, well, there is some justice in that observation, Mr. Lloyd.
Your Honor?
At the same time, I've no doubt that Mr. Sandui will bear your comments in mind.
Distressing as these larger events have been, Mr. Mohammedan, will you tell us what your more common daily life is like? It is still going on, isn't it, even now?
It is like rain, sir. We cannot escape all the time. Shouts come through the window, abuse. People stand outside shouting obscenities always.
And this daily ordeal has had an effect upon your health?
Yes, sir. I have bad nerves. Sometimes I shake and I'm unable to stop. I cannot sleep. My sight gets worse. everything.
Mr. Mohammedan, you have reported these incidents to the police.
Oh, yes, many times. We have reached the point where there is no use anymore to inform them. The police cannot protect me, that is obvious. To live again, I must sell, move, and there is no one to buy.
Mr. Mohammedan, have you done anything to provoke these attacks?
What could I do, sir? My life is a nightmare I did not make.
Mr. Mohammedan, what happened on the 23rd of June, the night of the 23rd of June?
They poured petrol through my letterbox and set fire to it. They tried to burn me and my family alive. I do not know what to do, sir. A man must live.
Mr. Sundari, do you not think that we've traveled far enough in that direction?
Your Honor.
Please take your time, Mr. Mehumuddin. Would you care to sit down?
Mr. Mohammedan, you are the uncle of the accused, are you not?
Yes.
And would you say, from your knowledge of him, is he a good boy or a bad boy?
He is a good boy, sir. He has tried many times to help us.
So you're surprised to find him on your doorstep on the 10th of July? Surprised to discover what he had done?
Yes, yes. But one day, someone will die. And then others will say they are surprised.
Mr. Mohammedan, the events that brought us all here today, can you tell us about that day?
The doctor has made me not work so much. I was sitting in the kitchen reading the paper. All day there was the kicking. Bang, bang. I have learned to ignore it usually, but sometimes that is not possible. I go to the window to look. Nothing.
The banging happened throughout the day, did it?
Everybody who passes, every boy takes a kick. It is to them a game.
What happened when you were in the kitchen?
The door banged and suddenly I could not stand it anymore. I phone the police and tell them to come quick. And I go back to the kitchen. Bang! It starts again. I throw down the paper and run to the door. I open it and there are 3 boys. I tell them to go away. I've called police. And they say, "Who are you talking to? It's a free country. Who do you think you are?" And other such rubbish. I say, "I am a householder who wants to read his paper in the peace of his home."
And what did they say to that?
The big one.
Mr. Rowe?
Yes. He says, "Oi, you want to clean your doorstep. You want to use the paper to clean your doorstep."
What did they mean by that?
A dog had fouled in front. People let their dogs use it, my home. They are suggesting it is mine. I tell them they are stupid boys, rubbish boys, and that unless they stop, the police will arrest them fast. But they just laugh. Then one of them tries to strike me.
Which one?
The small one.
Mr. Day.
Yes.
Is your nephew a violent boy in your experience, Mr. Mohammedan?
No, sir. No.
Why do you think he did what he did then, if he's not a violent boy?
He saw those rubbish boys and he tried to help me.
Mr. Mohammedan, before you managed to get away, right up to the moment when you did get away, when your nephew first caught sight of you, and when he first caught sight of it all, did you think the boys were going to attack you?
Yes.
You were convinced that you were in imminent danger of attack?
Yes, I was.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammedan.
Your unhappy situation is still going on, Mr. Mohammedan, is it not?
Yes.
So whatever your nephew did, whatever his intentions, it's done you no good at all.
It is simple to say that here, sir.
Now, Mr. Mohammedan, did you see any of the 3 witnesses, Deakin, Rofe or Day, in the act of kicking at your door?
Why were they there? They are from the cafe.
Yes, Mr. Mohammedan, did you actually see any of those three kicking at your door?
No.
No. Now, Mr. Mohammedan, did you accuse the three boys of knocking at your door rather than asking them if they were responsible?
Yes, I did. Because they did.
But you did not actually see them, Mr. Mohammedan. Now, if we accept that the boys verbally abused you after you had accused them, do you not think that they could have been joking in a rough sort of way?
No.
Well, did they strike you?
They tried to.
But they never actually struck you.
I was too quick.
The movement that Mr. Day made it caused you to jump back.
Yes.
Well, could it not have been meant to do just that, Mr. Mohammedan, to make you jump?
I do not think so.
But there was no contact from a person whose movements would normally be much quicker than your own.
Because I jumped, sir.
And the three of them laughed when they did this.
Yes.
Well, could it not have been a joke, Mr. Mohammedan? A joke in very bad taste, but a joke nonetheless?
I did not think it was funny.
The court would not expect you to share the same sense of humour as them, Mr. Mohammedan, but from their point of view, they were laughing.
Yes, they were laughing.
Now, Mr. Mohammedan, if they had wished, during your conversation, could they have struck you? I mean, leaving aside the attempt, could they have actually struck you if they had wanted to?
Yes.
And all the time, you were afraid that they would?
Yes.
But they did not.
They tried.
They could have, you said, Mr. Mohammedan, but they did not. So although they made fun of you, they abused you verbally, they offered you no physical harm.
They would have.
But they did not. No blows were struck. And if your nephew had caught you just before you disappeared and had stopped to inquire, that's what he would have heard, is it not? No blows, no threats, just youthful cheek of a disgusting kind. But of course, he did not stop to inquire.
Your Honour.
Try not to comment, Mr. Lloyd.
Your Honour. So, Mr. Mohammedan, if your nephew had stopped to inquire, that is what he would have learnt, is it not?
Were they not breaking the law, sir?
Mr. Mohammedan, if your nephew had stopped to inquire, would that not have been the end of it?
It is easy to say that now, sir.
Yes, but nevertheless, it is true, is it not, that if your nephew had found out what was actually going on, Mr. Mohammedan, Mr. Deakin's skull would not have been fractured.
I do not think they would have let him stop to inquire, sir. I think they would have given him a good beating.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammedan. Thank you. Now, Mr. Mohammedan, you were inside when the assault took place, were you not?
Yes.
You were safe from harm, in fact. Is that not so, Mr. Mohammedan? That when your nephew delivered his surprise attack, his act of self-defense on your behalf, you were, in fact, already safe from harm. You were safely behind your door.
My nephew could not know that. I could not myself believe it.
But he could have, Mr. Mohammedan, could he not? If he'd used words to deal with the matter instead of force. If he'd thought for one moment instead of launching himself at Mr. Deakin. I have finished, Your Honour.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mohammedan. You may stand down. Now, members of the jury, it is your task to retire and to deliberate upon what you've already heard. But before you do so, it is my task to direct you as to what the law requires. Now, firstly, this question of self-defense. Self-defense can be employed on some other person's behalf, as well as on one's own behalf, and the law recognizes that need. But to claim that entitlement to protection under the law for the act committed, the degree of force used must be commensurate with the threat. Now, that is to say, the force used must be sufficient to deal with the situation, but it must not be excessive. And now that is what you must bear in mind when you consider the evidence you have heard. Was the degree of force used reasonable in this particular circumstance? Now, 3 other points will, I think, suffice to help you in your deliberations. And to put them to yourselves might be a good way to approach your task. Firstly, ask yourselves, was there an assault? Secondly, was the injury to Mr. Deakin grievous bodily harm as the law understands it? Now, that is to say, was it a really serious injury? For that is the charge that has been brought against the defendant. Now, thirdly, Was the degree of injury sustained a consequence of the assault and a reasonably foreseeable one? Finally, for the accused to be guilty, you members of the jury must be satisfied so that you are sure, completely sure, that the defendant committed a deliberate act of assault and was not just taking reasonable steps to defend himself and his uncle from an immediate threat of violence to himself and to his uncle. Now, would you please retire, elect a foreman amongst yourselves to speak for you and consider your verdict.
The prisoner will stand. Members of the jury, will your foreman please stand? Please answer this question, yes or no. Have you reached a verdict on which you are all agreed?
Yes.
On the charge of unlawfully and maliciously wounding Lance Lee Deakin, thereby causing him grievous bodily harm, contrary to Section 20 of the Offences Against the Persons Act 1861, do you find the accused, Rahim Shah, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
And is that the verdict of you all?
It is.
May my client be released?
You're free to go.